The world is full of kings and queens who blind your eyes and steal your dreams. Let's go inside the vinyl. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content, that would be appreciated also. And if you could go check out our Facebook page at Facebook, just search Inside the Vinyl. Give us a follow there. Trying to be a little more interactive on that page as we go. So, I am finally back home in our home that burned down a few years ago. It has been rebuilt. We have moved back in. I am not set up in my office yet, my normal recording space, so I'm making do with what I have because I've got something special here. And I also don't have a microphone. My microphone kicked the bucket somewhere during the move, so I got to get a new microphone as well. But for now, and I'm hoping this video isn't too shaky, but we are going to open up, and I know I'm a few days late on this, but again, I just wasn't prepared for the release of this to do an unboxing. But we are going to open up the new Heaven and Hell box set. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here is the box that came in. I did cheat a little bit and opened it up. Oh my goodness. And this might be the heaviest box set I've ever owned. And I have tons of them, Def Leppard's and Black Sabbath and all sorts of stuff over there. But this is by far the heaviest box set I've ever owned. So anyway, there you go. Front of the box. All right, and the back of the box. And this is called Heaven and Hell, Breaking Out of Heaven. So for those who aren't familiar, the Mob Rules lineup of Black Sabbath got back together in 2007 with Ronnie James Dio and Vinny Appice, may have even been 2006, to record some songs for a Black Sabbath Dio Years compilation. The following year, I guess in 2007, they decided to get back together and tour. But since the Ozzy version of Black Sabbath was still active at the time as well, they didn't want to be confused with that, so they called themselves Heaven and Hell. And that also freed them from having to sing any Ozzy songs when they were in concert, so they could just focus on the Dio era material. And then in 2008, they released a studio album, which is in here, and there are also 2 live albums in this box set, along with a book and a bunch of other shit. And again, this box is really heavy. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. But first things first, well, let's go ahead and open it now. Let's go ahead and open it up. I've got my trusty no caliber here. Make sure I don't mess up the hype sticker. Oh, okay. And this comes off. That's cool. I want to make sure I don't mess up the hype sticker here. All right. All right. So the hype sticker here says Heaven and Hell, Breaking Out of Heaven, 2007 to 2009. 7 LP Super Deluxe Edition featuring The Devil You Know, including the 3 bonus tracks that I was talking about for that Dio compilation. Live from Radio City Music Hall. As well as Neon Night's 30 Years of Heaven and Hell live at the Wacken Festival. Also has a 40-page book with photos, artwork and liner notes, replica concert book, and the Devil You Know poster. So pretty cool. Again, this is being done by Rhino and Warner, so I know it's top-notch. And one thing I'm really excited about is that it is like a normal, I don't know what you would call this, instead of a slipcase, you know, it's like your normal open and closed box, because I have the Rat box set they released a few years ago, and I did an unboxing for that a couple months before the fire. And that thing had water poured all over it coming from the upstairs to the downstairs, and it survived with no damage whatsoever. So I have all the faith in these kinds of boxes, box top boxes. I don't know what you call these. But anyway, pretty stoked to have this. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. We'll go ahead and put that over here if we can make it stand. All right. And this is pretty cool. This also comes off, so we'll keep that handy somewhere. Let's see. Let's go ahead. They don't give you like a little thing to open it with. So first thing we have here is the Breaking Out of Heaven 2007 to 2009. This looks like the, what did they call this thing on the hype sticker? I don't remember. 40-page booklet with photos. All right, so here we go. 40-page booklet with photos. Okay, let's see. I know it's got some essay type stuff, as they always do. And then, of course, you know, we've got some photos, different things. You know, here's the Heaven and Hell, like, tour 2007 graphics. I'm not going to go through this whole thing. I'm just going to open it up. You know, more artwork, more essay type stuff. on this era of the band, which was really cool. And this is actually what they were doing until Dio passed away, unfortunately, in 2010. So, but yeah, just more artwork and stuff. So this is pretty cool. You just kind of scroll to the back here. There's a lot of essay stuff, and then, of course, towards the back, you have a picture of the 4 gentlemen in the band. So that's really cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that down, and we'll move on. All right, here is the Heaven and Hell 2007 replica tour book. These are always really cool. I wish I had more of these, but they're so damn big. The real ones, like not this one. All right, there we go. There's Geezer. There's Ronnie. Oop. There's a poster in the middle. I don't know if that's the poster they mean. A little fold-out thing. More pictures of the band. Old pictures, too. There's Tony Iommi. And, of course, there's Vinny Appice. So yeah, cool replica tour book. Has all the crew and management and all sorts of different stuff in there. I don't know if it actually has like the tour dates and all that stuff, but pretty neat. All right, and this is the poster. Oh, this is pretty badass. It kind of sucks. I wish they'd give you 2 of these or give you the option to order one, because I'd love to hang something like this up, but I also don't want to mess up the integrity of the box set. Because that's kind of a waste. I mean, look at that. I hope that comes through on camera. That's pretty fucking cool. That'd be pretty cool for my new office in there, but I also feel like it devalues the box set if I mess with it. I made that mistake with the original Kiss albums that I owned. I would just put the stickers and posters and shit everywhere, and then later on come to find out that's where all the value in the record was. So, So anyway, all right. So let me go ahead and see if I can get these records out of here. We'll just do it this way. All right. So let's start with the Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know album. This came out, I think it came out in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. But yeah, I think it was 2008. But this is the one studio album that they made under the name Heaven and Hell. Front cover, back cover. Let's check out the gatefold. Has the lyrics and all. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not as familiar with this album as I should be. I mean, I've probably listened to it once or twice because I do own it in other formats. It's just, for whatever reason, not a go-to, but I figured I'd wait and reintroduce myself to it once I got this box set. But yeah, there's what the record looks like. Standard black vinyl, 180 grams. Anti-static sleeves and all that, so pretty cool. All right. And I'm pretty sure the second record looks the same, so we're just going to move on. I don't even know where to even put this. We'll just put it in here. All right. Next up, we have Heaven and Hell live at Radio City Music Hall from 2007. So this was actually on that first tour back as Heaven and Hell before they even made that studio record. And this looks like this is a 3-album set. So there's 2 records there, 3 records here, and I'm assuming 3, like maybe 2 records on this one. I don't know. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so here you go, front cover of Live at Radio City Music Hall in 2007, back cover. And we've got like a triple gatefold here, so, there's some pictures of the band and stuff. There's Geezer and Ronnie and Tony. And I don't know, maybe they were not invested in Vinny at this point in time. I'm not really sure why he's not pictured in there, but yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at these records. Again, standard black vinyl, which is great. And it's got the Live at Radio City Music Hall sticker in the middle. Pretty nice. But anyway, the last record and last piece of this box set that we have is the Heaven and Hell Neon Nights, 30 Years of Heaven and Hell, live at Wacken. So this was recorded, I think if I'm not mistaken, was it 2009? Yeah, obviously, because it's 2007 to 2009 at the box set. So yeah, there's the front cover of Live at Wacken. There's the back cover. All right, and this one does feature Vinny prominently with the rest of the group, so I think that's cool. Again, I don't know what the deal was with the Radio City Music Hall, but maybe somebody else does. So you open it up, gatefold with some liner notes, maybe some essay type information, and then pictures of the 4 members of the band. All right, and let's see. Pull these out. They look exactly the same. All right. And again, we'll just look at this record here. Standard black vinyl again, of course. With just the sticker in the middle for the Neon Nights Live at Wacken. And again, all anti-static sleeves with these. The packaging, I mean, is pristine as it always is with Rhino and Warner sets, BMG or who. I don't understand all these companies now. I think it's like Rhino, Warner, BMG. Again, like everything with Rhino, like every box set I've ever had. I mean, the packaging is pristine. Everything about that box set is amazing, and it's super, super heavy. That's probably one of the heaviest box sets I've ever owned. Maybe rivaled only by some of the Def Leppard ones. But anyway, check it out. You can find this on all formats. You can find it on vinyl. They have a CD version. They have the digital version online on Apple Music, and I'm sure Spotify and everywhere else. So check it out. Really cool final record, final studio record, and live albums for Ronnie James Dio before he passed, and a really cool set from a really cool version of, whether you want to call it Heaven and Hell or Black Sabbath, it's one and the same. What is it? 6 of one, half dozen of the other, or whatever people say. So check it out. You won't be disappointed. That's all I've got for you this time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I put out new content. I've got the rest of my unboxing series where we unbox new records, box sets, reissues, whatever. Anything that I want that's coming out that I like to unbox. Anyway, I've also got my live albums and Lost Classic series. I've got a series I've been working on lately for like different greatest hits and compilation albums. I've got some live footage from random concerts and festivals. I've got some disc golf stuff from several years ago, and I've even got a couple of documentary style films that I made for school a couple years ago. So check all that stuff out. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.